Hello and welcome if you're new to my channel, and if you're a subscriber, a warm welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about mattresses as part of the home series where I focus on a particular room in the house and zone in on a core soft furnishing or furniture item. And then I recommend some of the best brands for that item. I'm focused on mattresses, as I mentioned, and I have three phenomenal brands. One is entry level to luxury, but it's very much a luxury brand. It's just my way of differentiating. And then the top two are very much top end of the market. And the focus is very much on your taste, your budget, and the feel, what works best for you. But regardless of which three of the brands you go for, all three are phenomenal in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship. I'm Anesu Sagonda, and I produce educational luxury content for anyone after the finer things. So whether you're someone who is young and starting out in life and wanting to reap the benefits of buying quality from the get-go, or you're into luxury but you want to focus more on the brands that operate under the radar and packing a mighty quality punch, or you're new to money and wanting to learn how to navigate the terrain, then my content is geared towards you. There are two variables you need to be aware of when choosing a mattress. The first and the most important is that the mattress needs to offer you support first and foremost, and then comfort is secondary after you've achieved support. When I say support, I mean the way in which the mattress cocoons around your body. How it cocoons is very much determined by your level of weight. The heavier you are, the firmer the tension of the mattress needs to be in order to support your heavy weight. I'm somebody who's relatively light in weight. For example, I'm under 70 kilograms, so I would therefore need a mattress that's extra soft or soft in tension. Because I'm light in weight, I need less support than somebody who's double or triple my weight. What happens with anyone when they lie on a mattress is you lie down, whether it's on your back or on your side. If you're sleeping on a mattress with the right level of tension, the right level of support, the right level of firmness for your weight, your hips slightly sink in. And then what happens is the mattress cocoons under your knees, slightly elevates your feet, so great for circulation, comes down under your hips, and then round under the small of your back, and then under your back or your shoulders, depending on whether you're sleeping on your back or on your side. If you have the right level of tension, what happens is your back and your hips sink in enough so that when the mattress cocoons round your back, there's a straight line. Your spine is in a straight line, and therefore you've achieved proper alignment. The perfect amount of support for your body weight has been achieved. Once you've achieved the right level of support, then you consider the comfort of the mattress. The other thing to consider is the filling of the mattress. You have two options. You have your natural fillings and you also have your man-made fillings. On the natural side, you have items such as cotton, wool, horsetail hair, mohair, cashmere silk, for example. And then on the man-made side, it's typically your foam mattresses. The two are very different, literally day and night. The natural fillings are what are used by the brands at the top end, in particular the three I'm going to be recommending, and that is because they have a distinct advantage. The natural products are able to regulate your body temperature, and they're able to wick away at moisture from your body. When we sleep, we perspire, and the natural products are able to wick away at that moisture. Whereas with your foam mattresses, what you'll find, it's man-made products, so they're not breathable. And what typically happens, as I've mentioned before, I'm a hot sleeper. When I sleep on foam mattresses, sometimes I overheat, my body overheats, my temperature's not regulated, and the man-made fibers are not able to wick away at the moisture. And I typically wake up most times having perspired quite a bit, considerably during the evening. But for the sake of fairness, there are quite a few people who love foam mattresses. You either love them or hate them. They're like Marmite. And I'm going to talk about a British brand that pretty much dominates the space. They produce foam mattresses, and then I will talk about them before then moving on to the 3 brands at the top end of the market. Apologies, there's a lot of information going through my mind when I'm recording, but Tempur is actually an American brand. Tempur has 4 ranges. You have the soft tension, called the cloud mattress system, then the medium tension original mattress system, and then you have the Tempur hybrid, which is a mixture of foam and also springs, medium tension, and then firm tension you have the sensation mattress system. All 4 ranges come in 3 depths. You have 21 centimeters supreme, elite 25 centimeters, and luxe 30 centimeters. The deeper it is, the more luxurious it is, and you get the more support you get. What you're ultimately buying into when you buy a foam mattress is its memory ability. It remembers the shape that was formed, that was molded when you're lying on the mattress. You get up, the mattress fills up, but when you get back on, it remolds into the original shape. Great mattress if you're somebody who likes a soft to medium tension and you're particularly a side sleeper. It's also very good because you don't get any motion. If you're sleeping with somebody else on that bed, because there aren't any springs, it's just foam. You don't feel anyone else's movement. There's no bounce, with the exception of the Tempur hybrid, which has springs, but the bounce, the movement is minimal. It's very subtle. And it's an expensive product. It's at the top end of the market when it comes to foam mattresses. There's a wide array of different sizes, and then you have the different tensions and depths. Prices are typically from about £1,000 through to about £2,500, depending, of course, on the size of the bed. But what you're buying is a mattress at the top end of the foam market, incredibly luxurious, a quality, well-made product. You feel enveloped within the mattress. It comes with a 10-year guarantee, and one of the other advantages is you don't have to turn the mattress over like you do with the natural filled ingredients, and it also has a removable cover which you can take off from time to time and wash. But it's a quality product. When it comes to foam, it's literally as good as it's going to get. I really like the top end of the market when it comes to your mattresses, because all 3 brands that dominate that space are very different in terms of the look and feel. So they bring a lot of variety to the market. The entry brand is a British brand called Vispring, founded in 1901. And Vispring are the brand that introduced interior mattress springs to the industry. They're also the brand that were on the Titanic. All the beds on the Titanic were from Vispring when it sank. So they have that bit of history associated with the brand. But Vispring is very traditional in terms of the look and feel. It's the type of brand I would expect to see at my mother's house, an older auntie, my grandmother's. Very traditional in terms of the look, the feel, the styles. They are more mass focused. They have about 15 different ranges, and they're very similar to a German brand I'll talk about in the kitchen appliance video called Miele. And Miele is geared towards the top end of the market. They're more mass market in that they produce something for everyone. If you want the best, then you save, and they have something for every budget. Vispring are exactly the same. And how they work, they're very similar to the other 2 brands at the top end of the market. They all are providing bases with their mattresses, and they're sprung bases. Visprings are called the divan set, so it's the sprung base, and it comes with a mattress that has the topper attached to it as one unit. Whereas the 2 brands at the top end of the market, they have a sprung base, and then they have a mattress with pocket springs, and then they have a topper, and then an optional headboard. Whereas Vispring have combined the mattress and the topper into one, and then they have the divan set, so the base which has springs in it. And why they've done that is, if you have the mattress with the pocket springs, you have the sprung base, you're able to distribute the weight across the mattress and also the base, and therefore the mattress is going to last longer. Whereas when you have a slatted frame, all the pressure, all the weight from whoever's using the bed goes onto the mattress, and it isn't distributed between the base and the mattress, and therefore it doesn't last as long. And that's what all 3 brands have at the top end of the market. Vispring, as I said, a very traditional brand in terms of the look and the feel. Their focus is, their entry-level range is a single row of springs. They put a lot of emphasis on the number of springs in their mattresses. And as you go up the levels, you will find the more springs that they list, and also the more products. So there's more padding. It's a more sumptuous, more luxurious, a lot more comfortable in terms of the look and feel of the mattress. Entry level is the one row of springs, and then as you go up the ranges, it increases to 2 rows of springs. It becomes a lot more sumptuous. They increase the ingredients, the quality. They go beyond just the cotton, wool, and horsetail hair, which all 3 brands have, but they start adding more sophisticated products such as mohair, cashmere, and silk, which make the mattress a lot more sumptuous and luxurious, and it feels more of a weightless product. But Vispring, as I said, is very much geared towards your mass market. Price is a lot more friendly. You're looking at starting prices for entry level at around £2,500-3,000, depending entirely on the level, the size, and also the amount of filling, the range of the mattress. But it's a fantastic entry level brand. Of that is a Swedish brand called Hästens, founded in 1852, and Hästens means horses, and their beds contain cotton, wool, and of course horsetail hair. And horsetail hair is fantastic because it adds natural firmness to mattresses, and it's the key ingredients for all 3 brands in terms of the firmness, in terms of a robust material, which is great at wicking away moisture. With horsetail hair, you can wet it, bring it out of the water, shake it, and it's bone dry. So it's fantastic for wicking away moisture. With Hästens, they have about 10 to 12 ranges. Their beds are split into 2 categories. You have the frame beds, which are very common, incredibly popular in Sweden and Scandinavia, and it's essentially the base, which is box sprung, and the mattress attached as one, and then there's a topper. It's a low maintenance bed and very common, as I said, and popular in Scandinavia. But they also produce continental beds, which are available worldwide, and that is what I'm familiar with and see a lot of in the United Kingdom. And you also get them in the United States. They also dominate the top end of the market together with my top end brand. And with Hästens, entry level bed is the Maranga. And the Maranga, you're looking at starting prices of about £10,000 for Hästens. They have a number of other ranges in between. Iala, great for as a bed with very soft tension. Then they have the Hurlwing, and then above that, their most popular, the 2000T, which is made up of many layers of horsetail hair, of cotton and wool. It also has very firm box springs in the base, made from pine, very good quality pine wood in the base, and then a lot of pocket springs as well. It's a very soft bed, incredibly comfortable, but with mattresses, it ultimately boils down to the feel. Once you've sorted out the support, the feel is very personal. What each person likes is individual, but the 2000T, which is the most popular bed for Hästens, is made up of many layers, and it's a very soft bed. When I compare it to the top end of the market, I am in quite a bit, as I'm not sure which one I would ultimately go for, but you're in good hands with the 2000T from Hästens. Above that, they have their top of the range. They have 2, the Vividas and the Grand Vividas. Both are the same in terms of the construction of the mattress. Again, it's even more layers of horsetail hair, cotton and wool, more than the 2000T. Exact same mattress for both ranges at the top, but the difference is the aesthetic. The Grand Vividas has a lot more detail, the sumptuous leather that's used, the material, the quality, the craftsmanship is phenomenal at the top end of the market. And they treat their beds, the mattresses, with salt. So if you were ever in a fire, if you stood on the bed, you wouldn't burn, because the salt ensures that it doesn't catch fire. But I don't know how many people would stay to actually test that theory, but that is one of their unique selling points. With Hästens beds, entry level is the Maranga. You're looking at a starting price of £10,000. And above that, the 2000T, their most popular, the soft bed, is priced at between £35,000 and £40,000, depending on the specification, the size. And then the ranges above, the top two, the Vividas and the Grand Vividas. Vividas is £1,650,000, and the top, the Grand Vividas, with the luxurious material, the detail, the finish, the leather, the aesthetic is on a whole different level. You're looking at a price of £330,000 starting price. Drake the rapper recently commissioned 7 beds from Hästens, so that has significantly raised the profile of Hästens. The top end of the market is dominated by a British brand called Savoir Beds, founded in 1905. They are the brand that produced and still produce the beds that are used in the Savoy Hotel. It's a brand that's steeped in a lot of history, the prestige associated with owning the brand, the exquisite craftsmanship, the phenomenal quality of the materials used to make the beds, entirely handmade using the finest quality ingredients. Savoir Beds describe themselves as extraordinary beds, which they truly are. They set the pace, the tone. They are the very best in the industry. When it comes to the best in terms of the craftsmanship, Savoir Beds are head and shoulders ahead of their competitors. And then throw in the heritage of the brand and the prestige associated with owning an extraordinary bed from Savoir Beds. They have 4 ranges: 1, 2, 3, and 4. The original is number 2. It's referred to as the icon. The top bed, their very best, is referred to as the 1. And their entry level number 4 is known as the new standard, the standard for the industry. And number 3, the one above that, is known as the superior. All 4 beds start from the original, the number 2, and there are variations of that. But essentially, starting from number 4, working their way up, number 4 has the cotton, the wool, and the horsehair pad. But number 3, number 2, and number 1 have increasingly more and better quality of layers of your cotton, your wool, and your horsetail hair. The construction of the number 2 bed is the very best in the industry. There isn't a bed as well made, as well constructed as the number 2 from Savoir Beds. And they trade very much on the craftsmanship, the prestige, and the heritage of the brand, but the product is phenomenal. The best bed that they have is the original, the number 2. And when you compare it to the 2000T from Hästens, it's slightly firmer than the softness of the 2000T. The 2000T is the softer one. And then throw into that the Grand Vividas and the Vividas. Although they have a lot more layers of product than the 2000T, they are firmer than the number 2 from Savoir Beds. And the number 2 is in the middle, and then the softest is the 2000T. But the beds are phenomenal in terms of the aesthetic. They are literally spectacular works of art. Comes as a unit. They sell them as a unit, although you can take away items, but they always recommend buying the box sprung base, the mattress, the topper, and then the headboard. And they come exquisitely designed. It's a fully customized, fully tailored, fully personalized product in terms of the style, the custom, and the comfort. And it's one craftsman for one customer. The craftsman is involved from inception right to completion, and it's an entirely handmade product using the finest quality ingredients, and it's produced in London. Once the craftsman is finished, he signs his name on the bed, and it's his signature, his seal of approval that he has produced the very best bed literally in the world, which is what it is. Either side of the pond, Savoir Beds are viewed as the very best. You are buying a complete product. I have spoken about the different levels of luxury, which I'm going to attach above that video. And the top end, where I speak of the bespoke, this is personification of that bespoke level, where it's nothing but the very best from the quality of the customer service, the product itself, the execution, the delivery, and of course the performance of the bed. If I had the money, if I won the lottery, my money at this point is confidently on the number 2 bed from Savoir Beds, but the 2000T from Hästens is coming in at a very, very close second. It's a very personal thing, as I mentioned, and it's entirely up to you and your budget. With your Savoir Beds, you're looking at entry price for number 4 at £15,000. The number 2 bed, you're looking at a price of about £30,000. As I mentioned, the 2000T is £35,000 to £40,000. And then the top bed from Savoir Beds, the number 1, is priced at just over £110,000, £120,000, depending on the specification. It's a very soft, very sumptuous product. And what you're buying with the number 10 is it's weightless. All the ingredients that are put in there are the very best, the finest quality, the deepest pocket springs, but you ultimately end up with a bed that's weightless, it's soft, and when you lie on it, you literally feel like you're lying on a cloud. I've given you 3 brands at the very top end of the market. You have Savoir Beds, you have Hästens, you have Vispring. It's entirely up to you, your taste, your budget, your style, what you like, but you're spoiled for choice. All 3 are bringing something different to the table. You've got the traditional look, feel, and style of Vispring. You have the striking, the stunning signature check from Hästens, and then you have the most arresting pieces of artwork that are designed by Savoir Beds, a complete bespoke product that's exemplary at the top end of the market. Any further questions? You'd like anything in more detail? As always, let me know in the comments down below. Do subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.